You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe Chase for Gaming needs to make a. No, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, but our other sponsor, wonderful
For
sponsor,
gaming.
one that we didn't get to really shout out last time, and I apologize. We were talking about it before it, and then we forgot somehow, some way. But Matcherino,
Yeah.
Matcherino.
Yeah, you guys should be sure to check out the Matcherino page. I believe that there's still some stuff being set up, so don't fret or frown if you were hoping that there are going to be more things there. I think there should be set up fully by next week, but type in !Matcherino in the chat, you'll find a link there. And of course, be sure to also check out Asus ROG, who provides a lot of the awesome hardware that Kings of the North uses, and of course that you could be using in the near future if you're so inclined to check them out, order something, and let them know that ES Champ sent you.
Indeed. And boom, just like that, perfect timing. We're going to be going into game number 1. It is going to be a PvT on Abyssal Reef between PiLiPiLi and Buster.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This should be a fun one. PiLiPiLi, his PvT is very entertaining right now because I've asked him, what is the PvT meta right now? And he's like, well, pretty much whatever you want. Just do something and you'll make it work. It's a exciting time for Protoss players out there. Shout out to Cham Kim. Best Meepo NA. Somebody's been playing some Dota. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player from Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for PiLiPiLi. Been feeling that Dota lately.
I know, huh? And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is our Red Terran player, the newcomer. Look at him with that wonderful little decal on his, floating next to his command center. It is Buster. Not even the decal. I forget what that thing is called, though. It's like the clan thingy. That's what I call it, the clan thingy.
Yeah, the portrait?
Yeah, there we go.
Portrait. I guess it is. Yeah, it is like a decal for the command center. Formerly the portraits, but... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. PiLiPiLi, I will also say, he's a big favorite coming into this, but he's also not been feeling StarCraft as much, as far as I'm aware. And this is part of the reason why I think he's been playing some other games, playing some Dota. Maybe not fully focused on that StarCraft grind, which isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes you can actually... Kind of funnily enough, it's that weird thing that happens where you play less StarCraft and when you play again, you start playing better than you were before.
Yeah, you have
playing 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes you get locked into kind of, I don't know, you just kind of get locked into this just mode where you're almost robotic playing it and just working on mechanics that and trying the same things over and over again, hoping that they work. And just being if I refine my mechanics and just don't do this one little thing, then it's going to be better. But sometimes when you do take a break, you get a little different outlook on it, right? So
yeah,
or just get your mindset better. Just reset your mind for a second here.
Well, we'll see if he's feeling that as Cybernetics Core now finishing up. We got Nexus on the low ground. That's going to be about 80% or so complete. Pretty normal looking openings from both these players, if I'm going to be honest. No Reaper opening. I think the Reapers have become a little bit less common these days. At least I see less of them lately. And we got Reactor Marines. It'll be a big question. Does he go for the Widowmine drop? What is Buster going to do against a player like Pili, who is known for being very versatile? He's known for just having so many different things he can do.
Yeah, this SCV is yo, don't move, man. You're going to reveal it.
Oh my God. Pili, he sees it, though. He sees the SCV.
Yeah, it was just out of his vision for a second, but... Perfect timing on that SCV to go in here to see the Twilight Council being made. And even if he gives his life, it was in good faith. We'll always remember you, little SCV James Bond.
James Bond always makes it out. I think he was 006, man. He dies at the end of the movie.
He's like the James Bond before they changed the James Bond for the next whatever, how many 007 movies they're going to make afterwards.
Dude, there have been quite a few 007 movies.
Yeah, man. Gotta go out with a bang. And that mothership, whenever it shoots, man, it's so freaking loud.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Twilight Council finished up. He's going for a pretty quick blink. So I've seen some Protoss players that decide to get a bit aggressive with this kind of blink stalker play. And I've seen some Protoss players who just play ultra defensive. They get a blink to help deal with Liberators and everything, especially if you don't open up Stargate. We'll see which one PiLiPiLi is deciding to do. Double Widowmines out, like you said.
Well then, if that second or the medevac does come out with that second Widow Mine, then maybe we will see that drop come afterwards. Of course, those Widow Mines tend to come out earlier in order to try to deal with an Oracle, but he knows that it is going to be a Twilight, so unless he was thinking that a couple of the Stalkers were going to just be poking around the front, they shouldn't really be able to get too much done. Just by hanging out, you know, there's no Oracle coming out or anything like that. He confirmed that. Yeah. So he's just going to send them out. And there's nothing wrong with doing this. I think PiLiPiLi is going to go for that defensive route. As you can see, he has an Observer at the natural with 3 Stalkers, and I think even in the main, he has the Mothership Core, which can usually take out at least a Widow Mine before it burrows. So,
yep. He actually has the perfect number of Stalkers. 4 Stalkers can deal with 1 Widow Mine, and the Footstone Overcharge can definitely deal with things. But 3 Widow Mines gets a little bit dicey. Oh my god, actually, you know, 5 worker kills for all of that and 1 Stalker. That's a lot less damage than I thought he was going to do.
I thought it was going to go for the big pack of probes. They kind of tripped over each other. But that was, yeah, not bad. For 3 Widow Mines, it wasn't 1 or 2. That was a full medevac full of Widow Mines. Buster did at least keep the medevac alive, but that could have been really, really bad. I actually thought I was like, Pili, not like this.
I actually thought he was about to lose like 15 workers and maybe even all 3 Stalkers. Like that, or like 3 of the 4 Stalkers. But yeah, it's really, I think, actually a pretty okay situation for Pili, who already has his 3rd on the way. Granted, so does Buster, but I think Pili is going to have a little bit more in terms of his tech. He kept most of his units alive, only lost 1 of the Stalkers. Whereas Buster, I mean, you go into that like triple Widow Mine production, you lose all 3 Widow Mines, you don't have them available anymore. There's Siege Tanks now coming out, which is good for a good mid-game army, but Pili, with Charge coming out and getting out Immortals, he's actually might be a little bit better set up for the mid-game than Buster.
Yeah, it depends. I wonder how much Pili is going to be committing to the Stalkers. He's getting kind of aggressive with them, though. He wants to get some map presence out here. And yeah, with Charge coming out, I really like that. I don't know if he identified the tanks. Or, oh, yeah, of course, he has an Observer here, so this could be completely responsive. And yeah, on a map like Abyssal, you can get some pretty good tank pushes, but I think that time has kind of passed where you're able to really just obliterate, you know, your Protoss opponent before they're ready. But maybe he thinks otherwise, because Buster's moving on out here.
Oh, this is going to be a really bad time to move out also, because the Stalkers, they're not just moving out around the time that Buster moves out, they're moving at the exact moment. Buster stims his entire army and just tries to run it across the map. PiLiPiLi throwing down some pylons defensively inside his natural while he picks up all these reinforcements, trying to stream out of production. We'll see if these Footstone Overcharge is going to be enough for PiLiPiLi to hold on. The Siege Tank's going to try and get set up in a nice spot.
Oh, man. Well, this is the spot, the very famous Siege Tank spot that you see in this matchup. Now, with 3 pylons there, he can at least...
Oh, Pili's losing a lot of Stalkers also on the other side of the map. Finally ends up blinking out of there, but loses 3 or 4 of them. Kills off 17 workers, so he's definitely done some good damage.
That's crazy. PiLiPiLi, I did not see him get that many workers done, but Buster getting a bit impatient, moving up that ramp while the Photon Overcharge was still going. And he's trying to just, you know, make use of the time that he lost. I think he really wanted to get some damage done before the Stalkers were able to get something done. That's why he stemmed so early, but the fact that the Stalkers were able to at least get home, I think a few of them, not all of them though. Oh, 9 of them died. Who might have talked?
Immortals killing off one of the Siege Tanks. That's actually a really, really big win, as yeah, there are some more bio units moving their way across the map, but there's no more Siege Tanks really coming. The Tech Lab was swapped off of that factory. You even have a idle Widow Mine, and Charge Lots getting on top of this army. Siege Tank gets picked off. Liberators sieging up in a pretty nice spot, honestly, but the medevac's also getting taken out, and it seems like Buster's just gonna tap out. GG.
GG.
Well, PiLiPiLi takes game number 1. Although, that honestly, I do think that ups and downs aside, Buster did a pretty damn good job holding on in there. And I do think that he actually has the potential to take out PiLiPiLi in game 2.
Yeah, that was unfortunate timing. Maybe Pili knows the timing of that tank push, but it was literally as soon as he left and the Stalkers were already at the 3rd base. I like that it was a 3-base play, though, out of Buster. It wasn't like him going for that 2-base tank style where you just go for it and hope for the best. Like, he had the best of intentions. He was like, yo, me and Pili, we're going to play a great macro game. It's going to be fun. And then Pili's just like, yeah, we're going to make some Stalkers. I'm going to blink right into you and try to pull you back home. But, you know, Buster was like, nah, I'm not having any of that. He was dedicated to his timing.
one of the best ways that you can actually just delay a siege tank push is you move out with those blink stalkers and you harass the army for siege ups with the tanks as they're moving across the map. But PiLiPiLi just took it to the next level and said, well, no, to hell with harassing the army. I'm just going to harass you and try and pull you all the way back home. But
yeah,
it's sort of a lose-lose situation at that point, right? Either you pull back with your army and you push back the stalkers, but they just blink out of there scot-free, and then your push is delayed and you're in a really bad spot because your opponent's just been playing a little bit greedy behind it. Or you move across the map like Buster did. You make the best of it that you can, but you lose everything or all your economy back at home, and you're basically all in at that point.
Yeah. And I think he had the all-in mentality there where he was like, I just gotta at least do something, right? Like,
Yeah,
you don't ever want any player that you're playing to just bully you and, you know, you take damage and then they're able to not take any damage. You kind of want to trade it out, but it was his main push and it just didn't do enough. It got like the pylons that PiLiPiLi put out in the front, but PiLiPiLi was able to get charge out in time. He had like 2 immortals ready to go.
yep.
And the other half of Buster's army was on the other side of the map. So PiLiPiLi striked as soon as the other army was able to at least meet up with the rest of it. So.
Here we go. We're hopping into game number 2. Is this going to be yet another 2-0 in our first round of the Swiss bracket? Or will this be a 2-1? Spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for PiLiPiLi.
And on the bottom right-hand corner, a blue Terran player from SIV NA. It is Buster. I could call him Buster, but I'm gonna call him Buster. Buster rhymes.
You know, it's funny. I actually don't even see the clan tags anymore because I've been on the WCS overlay for such a long time, like our broadcast has. But I guess you have probably GameHeart or something on, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. But if you like just hover over the thing, does it show it still or no?
No, it doesn't.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you learn something new every day now, don't you?
I actually,
hey,
I just said yes, it does because our production person just says yes, it does.
Oh, but
I actually can't do it.
Oh, okay. Well then. Well,
I don't know how
I mean,
to,
you
man.
got me. You don't need it. I'll be like
man.
the other half. Like, what do you need to know?
Most reliable person I know.
Wow, thank you, man. Hot damn. You must not know a lot of reliable people. I'm just kidding.
Cut to all the times that Kwame oversleeps for latitudes. I'm just kidding. That's only happened twice.
Oh.
Okay.
Change subject. Okay, cheeky. Wow, Dexys gold mineral. Look.
So
shiny.
As Buster moves across the map with the scouting SCV, he's gonna see PiLiPiLi has 2 pylons in his main base. He's gonna see. Oh wait, PiLiPiLi's even delaying Warp Gate. He's delaying a Stalker. Man, he would have been in a world of trouble, I think, if there was a fast Reaper coming out. So kind of good identification that Buster wasn't going to go for that, because otherwise it wouldn't actually. I may be exaggerating this a little bit because the Mudge Court is coming out.
Yeah.
But it could have been really, really annoying as the Reaper would have seen, okay, I'm just going to scout around the map, but he's probably expecting a proxy.
Yep. He sees the probe over there. He has an SCV that's scouting around. Let's see what that path is. It's not set over to the gold just yet. There's a bunker going down on the natural of Buster. So he's definitely getting pulled for a fast one here.
He's looking for a Stargate or a Robo. The bunker is there in case it's a Robo. And he may even just play it a little bit safe and try to get up an engineering bay or a Widow Mine to help deal with
if he gets a Cyclone here
Stargate
too. I don't know.
Okay, picks off the probe. He's going to see the Adept come in, and this is going to say, okay, well, what else could this be? Is there going to be an Immortal coming behind us? But the Adept finishes its Shade. He's going to actually lose quite a bit of health on the way out.
Oh.
Lose all of his health on the way out.
Yeah, he died. So in case you don't know, when you get to 0 health in StarCraft 2, the unit disappears. It's like another version
is the
of
point.
Cloak.
This is where the point where Buster's just going to be thinking, like, are you pulling up units at this point? Like, the attack should have hit by now.
Oh, yeah.
So he might actually start salvaging that bunker pretty soon.
Man, this Mothership Core even able to get one of the building SCVs on the starport, so that's gonna... No! Boom, baby! Oh! PiLiPiLi! Loses the mothership core.
That really stings. But at the same time, you know, the funny thing. Okay, well, I guess actually it's a Void Ray first. Man, if this was an Oracle first, all those SCVs would have died in one shot from the Oracle. This actually would have been really, really nice pickings. Just because the Widowmine did so much splash damage to those SCVs.
I know, yeah, that is true. And they don't regenerate their health naturally, so you either have to repair them or get a medevac over them. But that Void Ray, I was wondering if he was setting up for a push, but yeah, look at all the gateways that are coming out. Okay.
I think Buster probably knows by now.
He has to know something's up.
He's seeing the natural isn't there. Probably suspected.
But is it too late? I mean,
I think it's not too late to do something about it in the sense that there's a potential. Yeah, he scans, he sees the gold, has been mining, sees that even some of the mineral patches are starting to run a little bit drier. But it's not too late to put some harassment on. The only question is he going to be attacked during that time that he would try and attack there?
Oh my. Well, this might be a mistake out of Buster if he doesn't have enough army supply before the first warp in from Pili. He actually salvaged the bunker and then he decided to move out. But now he's having second thoughts and he's going to fly right over the warp in.
I actually think there's a really nice potential for Buster to just rebuild. Yeah, it's play defensive, get that siege tank up, build a bunker or even two, and use the Liberator's siege up. Oh, okay, the Void Rays actually intercept the Liberator. Wow, Pili, he saw the Liberator as it was moving across the map, and he immediately reacts and takes it out. There goes that kind of strategy that I was setting up. Buster, you're on your own.
This is going to be such a hard hold. It's going to have Void Rays, and there's going to be so many Adepts here. They're not going to have Resonating Glaives, and I don't believe that there is a Warp Prism, so getting into that main is going to be a little bit more difficult. And also the reinforcing warpins are going to be very slow.
Oh, the feels like he has also so late.
Yep. This is waiting for the Void Rays or another warpin.
I guess he might be waiting for another warpin. He's warping in 7 more Adepts while that Shade was just getting canceled. But that's going to give time for the bunkers to finish up. And yeah, he can bypass the bunkers. That technically is true, but it doesn't really protect your you can't really get on top of the siege tanks as easily, and it still becomes really difficult.
Yep, there's a Widowmine there as well, but Pili doesn't care about the tanks. He's gonna just go right into the main. He used the Void Ray to make the wall open, and now Buster has to move. Oh, this is so big.
Siege tank's gonna be in a really awkward position, and GG gets called. Buster's not even gonna try and hold on as he just taps out immediately, and Pili takes the 2-0 victory, cleans up the series.
Crazy.
And, going to earn himself 2 points, deny his opponent 2 points.
Yep. Yeah, that was dirty. He just like killed the depot, and then before Buster could realize what was happening, it was already too late.
Yeah, dirty is about the only way we can really describe this. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for our round 1 of Kings of the North for the Swiss format in our online portion. Wow.
Indeed. I was glad I was able to catch at least the last 2. Some of those games were really fun, especially the Semper BioWare series. Even though Semper did win it 2-0,
it was a close series. Like
yeah, Semper had to fight his way, in order to actually get those wins. BioWare
absolutely
did some moves.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. There's going to be more Kings of the North next week, the following week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. Lots of Kings of the North going to be coming at you every single week with these same 12 players just playing against different people in the groups. This week, yeah, it was a lot of 2-0s, but I think we still got to see some pretty cool games. Masa versus Jig was another really good series. Scarlet versus Suppy was kind of fun in the sense that Scarlet went for all the Protoss plays and the Oracles and everything. Neeb versus Puck was our single 2-1. That was a very close and cool series as well. But a lot of really, really good players, a lot of really good North American players, and also some up-and-comers that could really maybe turn some heads. I really don't think that Buster did that poorly. I think that he was maybe even tapping out a little bit earlier than I thought he would in some of those games. He would fall behind, but maybe not in the situations where I thought he was just like super dead.
Yeah, it was just the feeling of losing all of the workers and then not getting a hit to the economy and counter.
Yeah.
And then that last game was like, damn, he has a gold base. Let's try to do something about it. And it gets intercepted immediately. And then the whole not seeing.
It doesn't feel good.
It feels bad, man, even actually, if you want to put it into emotes.
But ladies and gentlemen, well, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. And of course, thank you to our wonderful sponsors. We really, really want to encourage you guys, go check them out. Chairs for Gaming. I know people always say like, oh, go check out our sponsors and everything. Seriously, go give them a little love, because any organization that's willing to support some of the grassroots scene in StarCraft, or even just awesome events like Kings of the North that make these offline events, these local LAN events possible, they definitely deserve some love. And they actually do have some pretty good products. So check them out. Both Tempo and I are both big fans of these kind of chairs. So you can find some of them, especially if you're living in the United States or Canada. And of course, be sure to check out Asus ROG, who provides a lot of great hardware. I know I have an Asus laptop, and it's held strong for some time now. Definitely enjoy it and use it for StarCrafting whenever I'm on the road.
Republic of Gamers, join the Republic, boys. That's their voice.
That's a good voice. That's a pretty good voice for them.
It's
you
like
should actually ask them.
Fighting to try to be tasteless and like a mix of just me being an idiot.
Ask them if you can do the commercials, man.
I know, right? I'll do it. I'll do it. Cheers for Gaming. Has your butt ever felt this good before? It's like, I don't know. I don't think they'd hire me for that, man. Just
10 out of 10 would buy an ad from you.
Definitely. All right, I'll keep it in mind.
One last shout out also to the Matcherino page, and of course, if you guys want to check that out, type !Matcherino in the chat. It'll send you a link to that Matcherino page, and you guys can contribute to the prize pool. That's one of the awesome things about this. It starts off with a pretty decent sized prize pool, but it can always grow further and further if you guys are interested in helping it grow. And of course, this does lead into a big offline event, October 13th and 14th in Toronto, Canada, where you guys can attend. There's tickets available on the website, on the Matcherino page, and all sorts of awesome information. You could say hi to awesome players who will end up qualifying for the offline portion, such as potentially Neve and Scarlet and Jon Snow, Masa. Lots of really cool people. Fun people to hang out with, too. We oftentimes go for karaoke afterwards.
Yes, KBBQ karaoke. Staple in StarCraft.
Want to find out what it's like to go karaoke with Scarlet and Neve?
Oh,
it's your opportunity. Show for Kings of the North.
Do it. It's so fun, though. It really is. And there's a really awesome spot. I mean, I hope to it. It's a really fun one.
Okay. But big thank you again. Final shout out to Joe, our wonderful production man. Sits behind the scenes, is the voice in our ear, whispers memes to us during the games to try and distract us.
Yep.
But that is going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys next week. Take care and happy StarCrafting.